Thank you for the question. So from private equity perspective, there is definitely a visible impact on the industry from what has been happening in the last years. Especially last year was very slow for private equity. The fundraising activity was very low, investments, divestments, so it was a very slow year. But what I see as an opportunity in periods like that, and that has shown also in previous economic slowdowns, is that the private equity funds with vintage years coming from those periods generally outperform or have a superior opportunities in the market. And the reason is that there is a scarcity of capital in the market. Like the US LPs are not really, and global and asset managers are not very interested in this region at the moment. It's not a must-have region on anybody's balance sheet because it's a relatively small region on a global scale. And therefore, there's not an inflow of capital from these big investors. For local private equity funds, on the other side, scarcity of capital means more opportunities for us, maybe even better valuations for the moment. So I think the funds that will be raised 23 to 2025 might have a great opportunity for making good returns in the future. So again, looking at it from our perspective, from private equity investors' view, we don't invest for a year or two. Our horizon is usually 4 to 6 years. So we don't see this last year affecting the returns fundamentally. What I see as a bigger risk, and this is something that has been around for a number of years, is the depth of management teams in the region, especially in SME segments. So the experience of the management teams and ability to weather the storm, to create opportunities in this environment, to grow the businesses is rather limited, or in many cases is limited. And I think what investors like private equity funds can bring to these companies is the experience with developing the teams, helping them with recruitment, bringing on industry experts also from other regions. We had an example like that in our portfolio where the company was not very strong in international sales, but trying to expand globally. And working with an industry expert who ran a sales for a multinational large organization in whole Europe was very beneficial because it helped the company to set up proper tracking, planning on a quarterly basis. So I think this value add that the investors can bring to these small companies will turn into better performance. And I think this differentiates the first-time investors who don't have that experience and track record versus funds that have been around and have this active approach which they can apply to their portfolio.